Okay, so I'm going through part B now. Part B is to make a perspective drawing. So I'm going to break this up into two parts. The first part will be the setup, getting your picture plane, horizon line, ground line, and vanishing points. Then the third part will be drawing the actual perspective model. Okay, so going down at a 60-degree angle for 16 meters. So from corner A, 60-degree angle for 160 millimeters. And that gives me my spectator. From my spectator, I want to measure from the furthest point that the spectator was observed to the left, the furthest point on the right. So this is the angle of observation that the spectator will observe. And we want to bisect that angle now to get the center line that that spectator will view, will look along. And I'm putting this center line in as a hardened dashed line, just to show you the significance of this line, okay? That line is crucial to this perspective model because the picture plane, the horizon line, the ground line will all be perfectly in line, or will be perfectly perpendicular to it. And all lines that we then take into the perspective model will come down at this angle. So, setting up my set squares perpendicularly to the center line through corner A. And I'm going to harden in my picture plane line. And I want you to label that as PP, picture plane. Okay, my horizon line and ground line, I'm going to go parallel to this angle. The horizon line I'm going to draw first. And I always draw the horizon line just somewhere below the spectator. Distance wise, it doesn't really matter. Okay, I always draw it somewhere below the spectator. In this case, I went about 10 millimeters below the spectator. And the question tells me that the horizon line is 70 millimeters below or above the ground line. So I'm measuring down 70 millimeters. And the horizon line I've put in, as you can see, as a construction line. But the ground line, there should be nothing below the ground line, so I'm going to put that in as a hard line. So G with an overlapping L for ground line, and H with an overlapping L for horizon line. Okay, that's how we identify our horizon line, and we annotate it as such. All right, so I'm going to move this over so you can see it a little clearer. Now, okay, vanishing points. Now, the plan is made up of mostly vertical lines and horizontal lines. Okay, so I'm going to set up vanishing points for those angles. So parallel to the horizontal angle, I'm going to draw a horizontal line from my spectator, and I want to take that over. So I'm going to have to extend my picture plane out to meet that. Okay. Where that line intersects with my picture plane, I'm going to project down an angle, or project down a line perpendicular to the picture plane, or parallel to the center line of vision. And I'm just going to show you that there. I'm going to have to extend my horizon line down to see that. So that would be my vanishing point. So I'm going to label that vanishing point 1 over here. When I get it, I'm going to leave this as vanishing point 2. Okay, just to show you vanishing point 1 setup. So similarly, with my set square, I am going to go parallel to the vertical lines in this drawing from the spectator. That line intersects the picture plane here. And again, I'm going to go parallel to the center line of vision here. So parallel to this angle from that intersection. And I'm going to label this as my vanishing point 1. Okay, so there's the setup of this drawing complete. Okay, that's the setup of the perspective model finished.